Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Always a pleasure to see our next guest, and I know we're going to be talking about some very important things. We're also going to be talking about the Canucks as well.
That's right. If you are familiar with blogger Miss604, you will know who Rebecca Bollwitt is, and yes, we'll talk Canucks, but we're also going to talk about a very important charity called the Cadbury Bicycle Factory. How are you, Rebecca?
Hi, Rebecca, how are you?
Well,
Nice
thank you. Okay, let's get the hockey out of the way.
Yeah!
You are a super fan.
I am, yes.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling confident, cautiously optimistic,
yes,
as I've been saying most of the time.
That encompasses a Canuck fan right
Yes.
there, the cautious optimism.
You don't want to be overconfident. You've had your heart broken a bit, but you know this has to be the year of all years.
How much fun is this, though? I mean, to see the city like this, I mean, obviously, you know, I think everyone in the city really rallies behind the team, but to really see it and this late into the year is very unusual for us. It's a lot of fun.
I know. I actually think the weather's kind of keeping up with the winter weather, too, with the rain and everything.
Yeah. It's just because we have an extended hockey season.
Mother Nature doesn't want to distract from the hockey, so you can't have it too nice.
Okay, let's talk about the Cadbury Bicycle Factory. First of all, tell us what it is.
Basically, when you purchase a Cadbury product, so anything from dairy milk to caramel, the chocolates, to Sour Patch Kids and wine gums, you know, things you get at the movies or...
You're making me hungry.
Yes. Look at the back of the package, and there's a UPC code, the little barcode number. Go to thebicyclefactory.ca and enter that code online, and that equals a virtual bike part. And a virtual bike part translates exactly to a real bike part, and from those they build actual bikes that they will give to communities in Ghana.
This is amazing.
This is such a cool idea because it's interactive, isn't it? I mean, people can actually see the effect that they're having when they enter the codes and see how the bike's sort of coming together.
Yeah, the website is neat. It looks like a little animated bicycle factory, and each virtual bike part is, again, one real bike part, and 100 parts equal a bike.
Okay, so they've done this for a couple of years. How many bikes has Cadbury delivered and to where?
Over 9,000 bikes to cocoa communities in Ghana.
That's amazing. And you got the chance to go to Ghana in February and be a part of delivering some of these bikes. Tell us about where you were and what it was like to see the faces on these people that got to have these bicycles.
It was amazing. So we went into Ghana. We flew up to Kumasi City, which is the second largest city there, and we went into 2 different communities. And so we kind of went to like the community hub, and from there we met with leaders, we met with community members, we met with children, obviously, union workers from the cocoa community, and we handed out several hundred bicycles of about over 4,000 from that batch.
Yeah, and how did the process work? Do they apportion a certain number of bikes and they give them to community leaders and then?
Yeah, they allot them based on community, and then they let the communities decide, you know, who they need to go to, just so that they're not micromanaging what's going on with
Rebecca,
the bikes.
tell us what difference a bicycle can make to someone in Ghana that doesn't have transportation.
It's huge. A bike can be a water truck, it can be a school bus, it can be just transportation to get from A to B. Some of these kids that we met walk 2 to 4 kilometers a day just to go to school. Yeah. And the focus in these communities is to get an education for these children. So that's the main focus. The parents were saying that, the community leaders were saying that, and having a bicycle to get there is so huge.
Yeah. What's it like? I mean, when you go over there and you have this experience and you get to know people and you get to meet them and you have a conversation with them and sort of bridge that gap, what's that like for you just as a person and as a human being?
Oh, it's amazing. One of the words or 2 of the words the kids could say were thank you and God bless you. And that just meant so much. And you're just going into these communities and you're seeing they're so happy and they're so lively and they have hardly anything. Yeah. And just the contrast between our world and theirs, and even the major cities in Ghana and those communities, there's a big contrast as well. Yeah. And then just seeing the difference, you know, us showing up and handing them over a bunch of bikes.
How did it change you to go to Ghana and be a part of this?
Quite a bit, I think, just in terms of realizing what we have here. You know, we're complaining about bike lanes in Vancouver, or that there's an issue there.
It's a little petty.
And so, you know, the bike culture here versus the bike culture there, obviously, there's such a difference. And personally, I felt that I was able to interact with these kids and had them running up and showing me their schoolwork and what they were doing, and they were so proud of what they were doing, and they wanted to. Yeah, they wanted us.
Well, and such a cool program, right? To see a big company and to have them really focus on a difference that they can make instead of, you know, they could have just cashed a check or whatever, but to figure out a way to do it so that people really feel like they have a stake is pretty cool. as well. I'm going to eat some. What are my choices? Any chocolate.
Any Cadbury.
Right?
So any
Cadbury product.
If you have a dairy milk bar, that translates to 2 bike bars.
Oh, you gotta have the dairy milk then.
Nice, I like that.
Well, all you have to do is go to the website if you want to find out more about the Cadbury Bicycle Factory. Go to the website after you purchase a Cadbury product. You enter the barcode there, and it will go towards building a bike for someone who needs one.
Rebecca, where are you watching the game tonight? What do you do for the games?
Well, I live in the West End, so I know it's going to be absolutely nuts outside, around my house, everywhere. Probably go to a bar somewhere and watch it with
I guess you don't need anyone to tell you when a goal is scored in the West End, do you?
No.
You hear it like the mighty cry.
Thank you, Rebecca. Of course,
Thanks,
you can
Rebecca.
follow Rebecca on Twitter, and you can also check out her blog as well.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a break.